So hi there everyone, this is Brian Murnahan with mycurbtogo.com, the site that's dedicated to to-go and helping businesses through the coronavirus pandemic, one small business at a time. Tammy, thanks for joining me today. We've gotten to know each other for the last couple of years through the Northeast Chamber of Commerce here in Texas, and we had the pleasure of being able to talk about some of the business challenges we've gone through, some life changes, challenges, kids. So let me just tell you how grateful I am that you're on today.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting me come over and actually be 6 feet away from you or so. So go ahead and tell me a little bit about PostNet.
Okay, thank you for having me, Brian. And I do want to say a little bit about PostNet. We opened this store in December of 16. It's family owned. My partner and I own the store, so it's a local business. It is a franchise. PostNet's a franchise out of Colorado. But we own the stores, so we take care of customers the way we want to take care of them. It just became an option after 36 years in retail of seeing customer service decline that I felt like I needed something that I could change that with. And opening PostNet was the answer for me to provide shipping and printing and services at lower prices and with the customer service level that I feel like people should have because they're spending their money with us.
Wonderful. What is it that makes you an essential business right now?
Essentially right now, the reason we're an essential business is number one, in my shipping. I have mailboxes that customers have to get to, plus people have to ship boxes, but printing is also considered an essential business for businesses right now.
Good deal. Well, we're outside on the curb, obviously wearing masks and being protective, and that's because we're here trying to get through coronavirus. And so how are you taking care of your customers right now? What's a customer experience like these days?
Well, if you'd asked me 6 months ago if I would have had to wear gloves and a mask to help customers or do it outside my store, I would have probably never even thought that would ever happen. And for me, this is a huge issue. I'm very much an extrovert, and I enjoy my customer experience coming in the store and talking to me, telling me about their families and things going on. So we've had to limit it. Myself and Stephanie, who has a mother at home with cancer, and I have asthma, so we wanted to limit it, but still take care of the customer. So we're doing curbside service, not really letting anybody in the store, but everything we do in the store, we're bringing out to you. So if you have boxes that ship, you can just drop them right here and I'll get them. If you need notary done, I come to your car. If you need printing done, I come and get it, or you can email it, I can take care of it. I can do everything I normally do, except the interaction. And every customer I work with, I apologize and just tell them how frustrated I am that I have to come to work with gloves and a mask on every day and not be able to enjoy the experience with a customer.
Yeah, I know that's one of the things that we just can't see right now is we can't see that big smile on your face. We just can't see the cheeks and the pink and all the things that kind of tell us that you're really enjoying what you do. And
I love what I do.
And having been here and bought a few things from you over the years, I definitely know that. But you're just a 2-year-old business, right?
No, we actually December of 16, so we're going in our 4th year now.
Fourth year, okay.
Yeah,
wow.
And right now, something that's huge is there's so many restaurants and places that need signs and things like that, and menus, and that's another reason it kind of makes us essential, because there are things in printing that are going through this time right now. School packets, kids at home are homeschooling. I mean, they have to have their packets. Some of them can't afford to use their printer, or they don't have a printer, so we've offered all the printing at discounted prices so the kids could get what they need to do their packets. Also, I've offered to help scan the scholarship apps for the Birdville Independent School District. I had a phone call the other day and we told them we'd do that at no expense to make sure those kids get an opportunity to get their applications in. I have done a few graduation signs. The poor kids can't experience everything, so a lot of the parents are putting stuff out in the front yard. So we do like the coroplast signs or the posters that just kind of celebrate the student who isn't going to have an opportunity to celebrate in public.
That's awesome. No, I love that. And, just reaching out and doing those nice things. I'm sure that while it may not be entirely evident on their faces when they're coming and doing it, I'm sure they really do appreciate it when they sit back at night and think about what they could be doing and what they actually are doing.
I tell you, people have been so good to us. The city of Hurst has been awesome. As you know, normally there's a sign ordinance out on the streets. I haven't seen Hurst pull a banner or a sign, and they're helping the businesses in that way. There's not a whole lot of things they can do, but they're not taking our signs down. They're letting us stay out there and get people to know that we're open. I have customers, Brian, that are tipping us to give us a little extra money. You know, it's very heartwarming when you sell something for $3 and they give you a $10 bill and tell you to keep it. I mean, they know what you're going through.
Yeah. So
I try not to be too emotional.
Oh, you're fine. So tell me about some of the challenges that PostNet's facing.
It varies in areas. The thing for me is I was working on an opportunity for some walk-in business, and right when Hobby Lobby was fixing to open, this all happened. Because most of my business is referrals and business customers, and right now they're not open. So I've gone to about a fourth of my normal business, which is pretty challenging. Some PostNet owners are doing really well. They're continuing the beat. Some are struggling. It is a challenging time for the whole PostNet family right now.
So how are you advertising? How are you getting the word out there about what you're doing?
I do a lot of social media posts. That seems to work. You know, that people like the videos. I'm not sure why, but they like the videos. And LinkedIn, things like that, keeping my signs out, just kind of keeping my name out there and networking. We still have networking. That really helps me. We do a Zoom. I do 2 or 3 of those a week. But it's trying to keep your name out there, because when this is all over, you don't want them to forget you were there.
So I guess let me ask you about some of the challenges, how you're facing it. You know, you mentioned you have an employee. How are you able to use? Are there any programs available to help you kind of get through to cover your labor costs? Or?
Yes, there is. We're working on that. We've applied for all our loans. Haven't seen anything come through yet. But I have an awesome employee who we've worked out some hours for. She is staying with me, does not want to leave me. She wants to help us get through this. My other part-time employee, right now, we don't have a lot of work for her because we don't have a lot of work. And to stay in touch with her, it's tough. I mean, because Stephanie's taken a huge cut, but we're still working, you know. And as the owner, I mean, there's really no cut for me at all. I have to take care of them first.
So that kind of gets me to the finances. How do you go about figuring out what's the best? I mean, you talked about getting the PPP loan and maybe some other loans that are out there.
Well, what we're working for right now is my biggest expense is my rent. I've addressed it with the landlord, but the proposal that was given to me is not realistic for me, so we're going to continue to pay our rent. So getting the loan would be huge for me to take care of that, put Stephanie back at the regular hours she's working so she can get a full check. My partner and I have vowed, even if we have to close, we're still going to pay Stephanie some money because she's been so committed to us. Even if we have to close, we're going to try to take care of her because she's got a family too to take care of. So hopefully our goal is one of the loans will come through. We can pay our rent out a couple of months and not have to worry about it. But truly the rent is the biggest expense that we have, and I guess they offer to kind of work with us, but it's just not a realistic plan for me. It might put me further behind a few months later.
Talking about that, have you talked to your other part-time employee and Stephanie about benefits of?
Yes.
You know, is there benefits of going on to unemployment for a period of time, or does that help you, or does it help them?
Right now, she doesn't want to do that, and I'm not sure that Julie would want to do that right now. They're kind of waiting, but Stephanie, right now, we're kind of hanging in there with, as far as, you know, trying to get her as many hours as we can. And the way Stephanie is, she doesn't want to sit here and do nothing. So she's only going to work for what she feels like is work. So like I said, in other ways, I'm trying to make sure I take care of her. But it is a challenging, the rent, the payroll. A lot of people think that having a small business is easy. It's the most rewarding thing I've ever done, but it's not easy.
No, it's not. You know, I'm there with you. I'm about 7.5, 8 years into business. It's never easy. There's nothing easy about it, that's for sure.
I would do it over again. No, I mean, absolutely. I mean, because it is what it is. But I just feel like right now that we have to lift ourselves to a higher person that can take care of this for us. And I just need to come in and be the best person I can be and take care of Stephanie and take care of the customers. I had so many customers say, I'm so glad you're open. I'm so glad you're open. So to me, that's that's rewarding for me just in itself. Even if I sit here for 3 hours and nobody comes, the people that do come during the day, I've helped them.
That's awesome. No, it's great that you're able to do that, continue to offer services and everything. Have you looked at any grants?
Yes, my partner is an accountant, so she has applied for everything we could possibly apply for. I did hear today on Facebook, one of my dear friends got his disaster loan today. He got a $3,000 check. So that's very positive that maybe this stuff's going to really start turning around.
So right now, it's obviously it's a challenge, just surviving and everything. Have you talked to your city council? Have you been able to talk to your state rep? Have you talked to anybody else that tell them your experience, what's working, what's not?
Not really, Brian, and that's a good point. I really haven't reached out to them. I've kind of partnered with my PostNet family. They're constantly sending things out for COVID-19, ways for us to generate our business. My PostNet family has been really good in this time, taking care of us, but there's only so much they can do. I just having the city, because Hurst is a great city, and they're strict for a lot of reasons that make sense, but just having them in a time right now, when I put that sign out, I really thought it wasn't going to be there the next day. And now I've had those signs out front for almost 3 weeks now, and nobody's touched it. So that tells me my city cares.
Well, it's one of those things that if I had something to tell you, I'd say, take that offer that your landlord gave you, because obviously they own quite a bit of property here in the city of Hurst, and talk to your economic development department and see
That's a good point.
See if they're willing to reach out on your behalf, because you're not the only small business in here. There's
I've talked to the Metro guy. He's going to be struggling too, and it's really in their benefit to help us so we can stay, because we don't want to go anywhere.
Well, exactly. After this is over, if you're not here, that's an empty space.
Exactly. So it only benefits them, but sometimes I guess money is money. I don't know what else to say.
Well, if you had an opportunity to talk to, whether it's the city council member or the state representative or a congressional person, what challenge or what thing could they help you with that they just not seem to step up? They haven't stepped up with you.
I think with all the things that have been offered, and been talked about, it all sounds so good, but looking at the volume of money that has to come, they're talking about stimulus checks coming this week, which is huge. I think our government has done so much. I don't know what else individual states can do other than that. To your point, I would like to reach out to the economic development director for Hurst, because I know him very well, and he's pretty awesome about helping us with stuff like that, but I really hadn't thought about that. I guess it's better with numbers if you go to somebody with a problem versus just being yourself. But there's so much already out there. It's like unemployment. It's there, but everybody's struggling to get through. We had a friend of mine the other day who's also a fellow networker and has his own business, and he was trying to file for unemployment because it's his own business. He's an independent contractor, and his frustration was just not being able to get through. And my partner Martha tried to walk him through and help him, but it's just the frustration level of trying to access these programs, especially when you're already in such a big mess anyway, and you're trying to get through. They're there, but it's like you can just almost touch it, but you can't get your hand on it.
So it's just making sure that bandwidth is there. And from the customer perspective, is there something that, because obviously you've taken a hit on business, what can your customers do to actually help you? Your institutional customers versus your personal customers, are there things that you're missing that you're not understanding why it's gone?
I'm just asking my customers, a lot of them I'll say, if you could just make sure you tell your neighbors and your friends, because I still have people that pull up here and say, we didn't know you were here.
Business happens even when you're doing this type of stuff. So,
hey buddy, how are you?
Good, how are you?
She's going to grab them for you and bring them out to you.
Okay.
Wonderful.
It's integrity. Sorry about that. This is a new way of business. If you'll hand it to me, I'll give it to her.
I got you.
Thank you, Ken. Ken, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Telling you that, or what would you like to tell your customers and How could they help you?
I just would like to tell them that please continue to come, refer us. We are still open and ready to help. I want to say thank you to everyone who's been so warm and kind to us, and they have continued some of the jobs that we normally do, and just some of the residents here in Hurst for the little stuff that are coming in and bringing it to us to take care of them. The big boxes always have a huge advantage of me, and I always talk about this in networking. You know, they have the dollars and the marketing. We're a small business. I mean, the money I get pays for granddaughter's dance lessons. It pays for karate. It pays for our home. It doesn't pay a corporate salary. So I just like them to reach out to us and give us an opportunity. I think if they use us once, they won't go back.
Yeah.
And I guarantee everything's backed by me. I'll make it right. We just try to do the things for the customer the right way. And referrals and things like that they can help us with, we just appreciate it.
Well, Tammy, it's been great talking to you. I really do appreciate you taking the time to come out here and put up with me, getting in front of your business and everything.
Yeah, I appreciate you. I mean, this opportunity for my curb to go, and I'm talking about it to all the businesses and trying to share it, because we're all trying to find something that will help us get through it. And we will get through it. We'll beat it. But in the meantime, it's trying to get over the waves that you have to get over to the calm.
Exactly. Well, I know we're not shaking hands, so we'll do like a virtual high five.
High five.
Take care. Thank you.